Okay, I've just seen Kotorich has done a version of the Japanese folk story Monkey and Crab, about a monkey and crab, and I did a translation of this from a book of sanuki folk stories. Sanuki being from the island of Shikoku where I live. So this is my translation of what I decided to call the Battle of Monkey and Crab. Once upon a time, over there in the mountains, idly passing the time away, there was a crab and a monkey. When, as chance would have it, the crab came across a rice cracker and the monkey a persimmon seed. The monkey wanted to eat the tasty-looking cracker, so he slyly asked, Mr. Crab, are you thinking of eating that? The persimmon seed I've found can't be eaten now, but if you plant it, it'll grow into a huge persimmon tree. So how about we swap my seed and your cracker? After listening to the monkey's pleas, the crab finally agreed to the exchange. The evil monkey marvelled over his crafty deceit, and as soon as he got the cracker, he scoffed it right down. The crab was soon back in his house, and in the garden he tended to the seed. He planted and lovingly watered it day in, day out, and was shocked when 1 year later it blossomed into a huge tree. The crab was so happy he couldn't believe it. Every day he stood transfixed beneath the tree and stared in amazement, with his eyes like saucers. Nevertheless, he couldn't climb the tree, so he watched on bitterly when the monkey came by one day and scaled its heights. The monkey, feigning pity, said to the crab, What a great tree! Shame you can't pick anything from it, while I just pluck away. Then, with his monkey grace, he swiftly scaled the tree and grabbed the first ripe fruit he could find and sunk his teeth into its mushy pulp with delight. When he had filled his own belly with persimmons, he plucked a tough, unripe persimmon and shouting, Hey up! Tossed it down to the crab, shortly followed by 2 or 3 more crabby globes, carelessly tossed by, when, me oh my, one hit the crab on the back, and he died right there and then. And the sadness of all sadnesses was saved for the poor little baby crab, who had been watching all of this from afar. It was more than he could stand, and as he cried his mournful wail, the neighbours flocked by to see what was amiss. The crab's neighbours, by the way, consisted of a rice mortar, a chestnut, and a bee. Don't ask me. They inquired why he was crying, and when he told them the reason, their eyes grew wide with disbelief. Together they pledged, Why, that low-down monkey! From here on in the monkey shall be our enemy, and revenge shall be ours. And in saying so, they set about plotting his downfall. They waited at the crab's house. The mortar waited on top of the roof, while the chestnut nestled itself in the embers of the roaring fireplace. Meanwhile the bee busied himself keening his sting. He was indeed a perfect stinging machine. And without moving from his spot behind the water jar, he sent a messenger to the monkey saying, Please come and pick more persimmons. Then that despicable monkey, having grabbed another juicy fruit, went and sat by the fireplace to scarf it down. As soon as the monkey settled himself, the chestnut from his waiting place flung himself into the fire with all his force and split, pew, hitting the monkey square on the ass. Ow! Shrieked the monkey and dashed toward the water jar to cool off the burning pain. But hidden there, eagerly waiting, was the bee, who could barely contain his excitement. Using his long, thin tail, he stung the monkey with all his might. The monkey fled out the door, and awaiting him there was a rice mortar, who crashed down from the roof on top of the monkey. In fact, such was the force of the mortar's blow that the monkey was flattened into a shape not unlike that of a rice cracker. Then the little baby crab bellowed, Despicable monkey, enemy of my father, your time is nigh. Then swiftly clipped off the monkey's head with his crabby claws, thus happily avenging his father's death. And bada bing bada boom. That's why since long past it has been said, monkey is as monkey does. Thank you. So that's my version of the monkey crab battle. Maybe if I can find the Japanese version, I'll read that next. Okay. And congratulations to Kotorich for the interesting video, and also the Momotaro on, which was great.